Right, well, good afternoon everybody. Once again, welcome back to the plot. I missed a week out last week because of the weather. It's been absolutely horrendous here in the northeast. Strong winds, heavy rain, freezing cold temperatures, and as you can see by the state of the little greenhouse I'm in down home to start the video off, covered in leaves. But there again, it's one of my favourite times of the year. The holidays have just finished. Kids are back at school. No doubt you burned your bums in a Balearics last week, but for me it's the best time of the year, and it means I can get out and about and start picking up the free harvest, and of course the leaves. As I say, I love this time of the year, the autumn. The trees are all getting their colours on now, and of course they're shedding all that they're shedding all the leaves, and I always like to be out and about me barrow. I've been posting on Facebook the last few nights, so I've been keeping up to date with that. A few of you have been asking questions: peas, beans, what crops can you sow this time of the year? Well, unfortunately I had delayed putting my order in this year. I'm usually pretty good with Suttons and Kings, but I had to wait for my magazine to turn up from Suttons. Then I like to order me winter peas and my winter broad beans from Suttons. So lo and behold, this morning, last week the catalogue turned up, and I went straight online, got them ordered, and I've got my favourite of all time, the pea green shaft, Hurst green shaft. Now, as I posted on the Facebook page, if you're putting winter peas in, make sure you go for the round varieties, the nice smooth varieties, because if you do choose the wrinkled varieties, when you put them in the soil, they've got to tend to hold water and the wrinkles, and the good tendency for them just to rot off. So it's just a little tip just to get the smooth varieties, and of course the broad beans will be sown, and as I say, make sure you get the open sown ones, and of course the old broad bean, it's Aqueduce Claudia, that's another great variety. Of course, both from Suttons, plenty of beans. So what I'm going to do after today, I want to get outside where I normally get my harvest from, just in front of the house. I've got a good dozen assorted trees all the way down the avenue, and I let you go down there with my barrow, couple of bags every day, and I normally end up with about 20 bags, 20 good solid sacks of leaves. Now, I don't do anything at all with them, just a good black heavy duty black bag, tie them, and they get stacked in the allotment, and they're there until next May or even the beginning of June. And I like to get my toms up a good size first onto the second truss before I mulch all the bed, and that's what the 20 bags are for. There's not much feed content in them. What it is, it's just a good soil improver. It makes it a good mulch. Once you turn it in, it's extra feed for the worms, and it makes a fantastic, just to break the soil up and improve it. Just a bit drainage and a bit humus in with it, mixed in with it. So it's an all-round feed for it. It's an all-round soil improver, and that's what I like about the leaves. But as I say, we'll go down there in a minute, we'll pack a few bags up, and I'll let you get about 20 bags all told, and that'll do the whole border, the whole tomato border and the top polytunnel. We'll get that done, as I say, end of May, beginning of June. Once the tomatoes are up a decent size, I'll mulch the whole border, but we'll do a video on that next year. For the time being, as I say, I want to get on and get the leaves. I've been collecting a couple of bags each day, so I've got quite a few up there now. I think I've got about a dozen bags. If I get about another 8 or 10 bags, I'll be over the moon. I'll have plenty to do the whole border. But one of the main jobs, of course, the catalogues are here. I'm sitting down overnight time, going through what I've grown this year, what's grew well, what hasn't grew well, and just deciding now what I'm going to do for next year. Now, as I said earlier on in one of my videos, I'm not going to be putting any heat on at the beginning of the year, at the end of this year, because I've got no show leeks and no show onions to put in. I'm going into hospital again the end of this month for another operation, so I'm going to delay planting anything until at least the middle of January. I'm not even going to bother putting my light on, because as I say, I'm south facing here, and I've got the house in front of us, so I don't see any sunshine at all till about March. So I'm not going to bother with the lights. I'm just going to put the small heater on, and I might set a few of the pot leeks away in here in January. End of January is fine for me, and of course I've got some Spanish onions to sow, so I'll probably sow them down here. But as for the allotment, all I'll get up there is a paraffin heater in the melon house. I'll have to recover the ceiling on that because the paraffin's broke away, so I'll have to put a new cover on there. Small heater, and that'll do for the croissants, the stools, and for the daylight cuttings, just for the daylight chewers, just keeping them nice and dry. But as I say, it's all about trying to get myself put right this year. As I say, once I get my new knee replacement again, that'll be me two done. I'll be over the moon next year. I can concentrate on getting back onto the plot and getting the way we want it. But as I say, that's me two main beans, me peas and me beans. So what we'll do, we'll go down, we'll start sorting some leaves out, get a couple of good bagfuls, get them in the trolley, and I'll get them up the plot. And as I say, all I need to do is just stack them in the corner, leave them in the bags. Don't need anything doing. What I will suggest is when you do pick your leaves up, make sure there's a bit of moisture in them. Don't pick them up when they're completely dry, because that way they don't rot down. After a good dousing that we've had through the night, they're going to be soaking down there, so I'll pack them up and they'll go in the bags nice and damp, and they'll just rot away over the winter. And I'm saying, next year, next May or June, it'll be fantastic just for spreading away tomato bed. And that's how we grow some fantastic tomatoes. A good mulch, I'll explain all that later on. And what we'll do, I've got still a few more Jap onions there, so I've got the little white ones, the white globe ones, so I'll do them in a couple of beds that I've prepared, and we'll get our broad beans and our peas in. But that's when we'll get up the plot. For the time being, we're going to get down here, going to get some leaves there, picked up, get them bagged up, and we'll get them up the garden. I've still got a few pansies and polyanthus down here. I've got a couple of baskets done there last week for myself. They're hanging up now, so all I've got to do now here is do a couple of small pots just for outside the front door or outside the greenhouse. I've still got bulbs left, so I'll put a few bulbs in a pot and a couple of polyanthus in the middle and some pansies on the side, and they'll just stand outside the greenhouse or in the patio area, and it's a lovely welcome sight for the springtime. Just some nice spring bulbs and some lovely pansy there to brighten the place up. But that's all for next year. As I say, autumn's here, the leaves are coming down, so get yourself out there. All you want is a brush. I like to take a little lawn rake down with us, a little plastic lawn rake, just rake them up, bag them up, and get them up the plot. And it's a free harvest. Why not? I love things for free. So that's where I'm going now. Get the bar out, glasses off, get my gloves on, my hat, and of course you need a jacket on because it's freezing this time of the year. So we'll get down here and we'll get a few bags of leaves sorted out, and then we'll get them up the plot and we'll get started on these peas and beans. Okay, see you all again soon. Right, well, here we are, now that the rain stopped. I'll finally get this this video finished. I'm on my way to the garden now, but on my way up, as I say, I pass a multitude of trees, and lo and behold, there I've got a beautiful garden there, which you don't mind me climbing into. I've got my rake, I've got my barrow, got a few bags, and I'm going to get stuck into this leaf. I love this time of the year, as I say. Trees are absolutely fantastic. Lovely autumn colours, and of course it's not just the colours that I'm interested in, it's a lovely leaf harvest. And there's always plenty of them. I can fill a couple of sacks up in a matter of 10 minutes here, and get myself full of my garden. And then this afternoon I've got some winter peas to put in and some broad beans. I'm going to get started on them straight away. As I say, I've just got a couple of bags of leaves to fill up, and we'll get off up to the plot. Okay, see you up there soon. Wow, you wouldn't believe it, but the sun's decided to start coming out. Well, I don't mind that. I'm going to make the most of it today. And of course, what I've been promising to do for the last couple of weeks is to get the peas in. Now, what I built here, I had some big IBM tanks that I cut in half. I've got 3 up the top greenhouse, and I kept 3 down here. Now, over the course of this year, what me and Roger have done, anything composted material from out the garden, just been putting it in these tubs, adding a little bit of horse muck, adding a little bit of soil each week, and as the weeks went on, they filled up and gradually filled up. I made a compost mix up last week, some good sharp sand, some old bags of the grow bags that I had the melons in. I tipped them into the sand and spread it on the top, and I've got a lovely, it's had a good alignment, so it's perfect now for sowing. It's sunk down to the level that I want, because we've had some really heavy rains here over this last week, not as heavy as what you're getting down Yorkshire. I feel sorry for us down there, the flooding and whatnot. We're really lucky up in the northeast here. It's very rarely we get any floods, but touch wood, that's what stops us with. So what I've done with these 3 units here, I'll do 3 exactly the same. I've dug a furrow along the back here, along the back wall. Now I don't mind putting it along the back because where the polytunnel is here, this is west facing. So it's not going to interfere with anything that's in front of it. And I'll do exactly the same in the polytunnel where I'm going to put the broad beans. I'll put them on the back wall where they'll grow up, so they'll not interfere once they start growing out. They'll not interfere with anything, any crops casting shadows. So you just got to make sure where you're planting. And also, this frame here, what I intend to do is in the springtime, once the plants start coming through, is to put a net right over and close it all the way around. I did grow peas a few years ago in the greenhouse, in the polytunnel. I had 3 lovely rows, and of course, one by one, they just got eaten away because I didn't have any cover. I didn't have any net. I tried to put a little bit of wire mesh over them, but by then it was too late. The mice are getting there, the field mice all the way. And of course, in your polytunnel this time of the year, you'll get a lot of field mice. They'll come in, just wanting a bit of shelter, eat whatever they can aside from the floor. Seeds, tomatoes, anything that's dropped down, they'll eat them, and of course, spring beans, they'll away them. So what I'm going to do with the peas, and with the broad beans, once they start coming through, I'll give them a good wash of the garlic spray, and hopefully that'll deter them, but I'll also put nets over them. So I'm going to get the peas in now, and of course, you know the peas I'm growing, it's the first green chop, and the rounded pea. So I'll just do this first trunk this afternoon. I want the nice round ones, the wrinkly ones, as I say, if the whole water, you might end up rotting off, so we're just going to pop a few of these in along here. I'm not going to be too worried about the amount I put in because I'll throw them along there, reach out to them. A few more down here. As they'll all grow through. They don't get too tall. That's perfect. That's one row done. If I have got any left over, what I'll do, I'll put them in the garden. I'll make sure I've got some netting over the top. So once again, just go along with the trowel. And they're about an inch and a half deep, that's all. Not too deep. As I say, you don't have to be too worried about getting them planted out. So that's the peas in. First row of peas on the back end. This is west facing, so they're going to grow up here. Yeah, I might have to put a few stakes in, a few little supports in. I don't think they'll need many because I think they'll only grow about supports 18 inches. The shade is from the north winds, from the easterly winds, which we get a lot of here. We've been on the east coast, so more than that. And then, of course, once again, the old bamboo. So what I've done, I've measured 8 inches from the peas, one row there, and one row there. And these are the whites. Japanese onions. Still not doing it, put your Japanese in. I've often waited till this time. These are the snowball. Now, I grew snowball last year in the polytunnel, and they grew quite nice. So they're a nice shape, nice size, and early onions in the spring's always well. But once again, these are going to be covered with a bit. Worst of the weather off. Now we've got 2 rows in there. Take it out. Quite a bit of room. We've got a row there and a row there, and some early carrots in March. Early carrots in there and a drill of early carrots in there, and they'll grow up amongst the Japanese onions, and of course it'll keep the white fly away, it'll keep the carrot fly away, hopefully. So I've got a few more pansies to plant out. I'm going to plant a few pots of them up. I've got plants still sitting in the back there. I'm going to have to get them sorted over the next couple of weeks. I've got another 3 bags of beans up this morning, as I say, as I come around the corner. One of the gardens up the top end there was up chocker, so I stood there for 10 minutes, straight all them up. And I've got a dozen bags up there now, so they'll be ready for the polytunnel next year. That's them, that's it. These in for now, and the last of the a few red ones, so the red ones in trays, just put them inside. I'll show you inside the polytunnel. come again. Showers on and off. It's been horrendous through the night, the rain. But today it looked quite promising. A little bit of sunshine come out there. But unfortunately we're going to get more showers today, so let's get inside and get these broad beans in. I'm sure it'll be a little bit warmer in the Polytunnel than what it is out here. Yes, it is a little bit warmer in here, about a good 10 degrees warmer I would think, but absolutely lovely in here. But there's the Bellis Daisy romping away there in their cell trays. I think they're going to be ready for potting off just after Christmas. We'll put them up into 6 or 7 centimetre pots, and they'll be perfect for planting out in the springtime. They're growing really cold and really easy. Now there's the sweet peas I sown a fortnight ago in the last video. There was no sign of them yet, but I'm happy with that. I don't like to hurry anything. All they need is a good watering. Get them a good soaking before I go down this afternoon. Once again, the Californian poppy, they're romping away. They're looking really good. Nice and fresh. All I've done is went around and just taken a few of the weeds out. I keep popping up. As I say, that's the only drawback of using my own compost. You will get a few weeds growing in amongst them, but as I say, once you know your weeds from the seeds, you're flying. And of course, your larkspur, and a lovely spring plant. Well, you can just sow these outside in the garden, but you take the risk of losing some in the cold weather, and of course the birds like to scratch around and have a good go at them. But I like to always sow a few in pots, in big pots, and they'll be absolutely perfect for the springtime. Same as the poppies for going out. I've still got a few more ivies to put in. As I say, I've still got a few pots to sow, so I might as well finish off the last of the pots with the ivies. The geraniums I started bringing inside and get them in. Of course the weather's really turned cold now, so the best thing you can do is to get them all in. All my dahlias are in now, all my chrysanthemums are in, so I'm over the moon. And what I intend to do this afternoon, of course the spring cabbage are looking fantastic. Roger's had a weekly hose on this morning, I can see, because it's all soaked right down the edges of the cabbage. But they're growing away great. So what I'm intending to do this afternoon is right down the back end there, as I pointed out. This is the east side. So if I put the runner beans, or I should say the broad beans, right along that back, this is west facing. And so what happens when they grow up, they're not going to cast any shadow over the crops. I know the spring cabbage will grow pretty well. They're quite a size, but they're a nice little tight one, the Duncan ones. So the outer leaves will not affect the broad beans too much. Once them broad beans start growing, they'll grow to about 2 foot high. But all I have to do is just put a string along the back there, and a couple of bamboo canes and a string along the back, and that'll hold them up perfect. And I'll get some nice early broad beans from them around about the March time. So I'll set the camera up, I'll get the seeds, and I'll get a few bits and pieces I need to get the broad beans put in. Okay? Okay, right, well, let's get this last job out of the way today, and hopefully we can get this video online tonight. One job I must get done is this cherry tree at the bottom of the bed. I've managed to cut back the peach tree in the top Polytunnel, and the only thing I've got left to do outside now is do the apple and the pear, and I'll probably do them at the back end of this month before it gets too cold, and just get them trimmed up before I go into hospital. Right, so this bed along the back's a little bit dry because where the weekly hose is, it waters along the line of the cabbage, so it's a little bit dry along the back end. So when you put your seeds in, just make sure you go along the watering can. Give it a really good drink if your soil's a bit dry. You shouldn't have any problems if you're planting outside, because your soil should be saturated. In some parts of the country you'd be better off sowing watercress than broad beans. I think it'll grow a lot easier. Now your broad bean seeds are a decent size, and of course these are once again apple juice Claudia, and they're a great variety. Just make sure you get the autumn sown ones. Most broad beans can go in this time of the year if you want to try for an early crop, but as I say, you just got to make sure the couple of pitfalls. one that the beasties and the animals are going to have a nibble at them and try and eat them before you get your hands on them. So I like to sow these about 6 to 8 inches apart. Well, that one's once disappeared under the water. No doubt. Come back. There we are. 6 to 8 inches apart. And a pack of seed is perfect. I'm getting the full length of the tunnel. I'll twist the string and then just go back along the furrow, and I've buried these about, once again, about 1.5 inches to 2 inches deep. Once I get myself rooted in there, they'll be well away. They should grow quite easily in here now. It's nice and mild, so we should get a nice early crop from them. But we'll just keep eyeing them. What I can do here is, while they're young, is to put a little bit of mesh from the side here over to here. I'll just run a little bit of netting along, because when they're really tender and they're really young, that's when you're going to find the likes of the dormouse, the field mice, all them are going to come in and try and nibble at them. So all you need to do is to keep them weed free, and what I intend to do once they start coming through, if I don't put a little mesh on them, I'll give them a good spray of garlic. Good garlic spray, just like I did with these cabbages now. Them are absolutely perfect. There's not a mark on them. They're lovely and clean. And all you had was a garlic spray. Now they've had no feeding whatsoever. There's a couple of leaves over the far end, just had a little bit of a nibble on, that's all. But we'll go around them. We're just going to weed all this bed out tomorrow, so no doubt we'll take the bottom leaves away. That's another thing, when you've got rotten leaves on the bottom of your cabbages, that can start a virus or any other diseases, so just keep pulling them off. Keep the plants nice and clean like that. I've been along this row already, and it's an easy job. And it's been nibbled, just snap them off and leave us a nice clean cabbage. Well, they're perfect. They'll start hearting up round about mid-February to March time. We'll get a perfect cabbage off them. And then once again we'll check the beds, we'll check the pH on them, because in here the tomatoes are going to go for next year. So we need this bed spot on. But the way it's looking at the moment, I'm over the moon. So that's what peas in, and that's what broad beans in. Do great jobs. I've managed to get a few leaves on the way up. As I say, it's jobs like this you can just keep it busy, keep it ticking over. When you cannot get out in the garden, as I say, out there now at the moment it's soaking. The only reason I've done them couple of barrels in the front is because I could stand on the pathway, on the stove pathway, and keep my feet dry. But I've managed to get I'll get the rest of them jack onions sown at the snowball sown this afternoon. I'll put another couple of rows of peas in. That'll finish them off with 3 troughs, and that's them all set up. And all I have to do is pull a bit of net over January and February when when it starts to warm up again, and just to keep everything covered. But I'm really pleased with the way things are going on here. Polytunnel's nice and clean. We've just got a bit of work to do on the pathways, and then what I might do next year is to come back again and get the mop out and give the covering a good washing. A bit of J's fluid in the water, soapy water, and get the polythene cover a good wash. It should last another year, this one. This is about 4-year-old now, so if we get another year out of it, I'm well pleased. 5 year. And then we'll make the best in a new cover for the top tunnel and bring that cover down into this one. That should see us for another good 5-10 year. But I'm over the moon with that. We're busy still on with the shed. Hopefully by the time I get around to doing the next video, I'll have the shed finished, and then we'll start putting some more good tools up inside there where it's nice and dry, nice and warm, and then we can repair these bottom sheds. But that's all for next year. That as I say, I've got a little bit of operation to get over with first, and hopefully next year we can get right back to square one on the plot, and doing a week by week video of how we get on. But that's it for the day. I'm over the moon. As I say, if you can't wait until the videos come out, I know I've been a bit late over the last fortnight. This is now a fortnight since I made the last one. I know I've been a bit late, but I've been really busy. As I say, I've been trying to get out every day, getting leaves up. But the weather's been absolutely horrendous. On the really cold days, I've just stopped inside, went through my magazines, did a bit of browsing online for different bits and pieces. So yeah, we've had a busy fortnight, but I've managed to get this video finished today. I'll get this online, and like I say, if you can't wait for the videos, and then follow on my Facebook page. It's Jeff Farmer on the Plot. Send me a friend's request, and we'll sign you up. And we're nearly 1,000 members on there now, so I'm over the moon. But keep subscribing, keep sharing, tell your friends, get on my site, and if we can help you, we'll help you. And if we can't, there's plenty of good growers on the site that will. So I'm going to knock off today. As I say, once again, thanks to all the new subscribers. I've got quite a few now on YouTube. I hope you're enjoying the shows, and I hope we're giving you a little bit of help in the garden. As I say, this time of year we're starting to run down a little bit, but there's still plenty of jobs to be done. Plenty of things to be sown, and of course the broad beans and the peas are just one of them. We'll finish off with Japanese onions next week, and then we'll have a tour of the plot, and we'll show you how it's all laid out ready for the winter. Okay, so I'm going to knock off now, get myself way down. I've still got a couple of baskets to do, and I'm still waiting for the strawberries to turn up. Now I did get an email from Parks the other day saying that the strawberry crop was late coming from Holland. It was a bit too warm, and that I hadn't decided to lift them yet. And of course, with them being bare rooted strawberries, they need a cold temperature to put them into a dormant state before they lift them in the fields. And that's what the hold up's doing with the strawberries. So I'm hoping they're going to start lifting them this month, and we should get them dispatched before the beginning of December. Ideally, I would like them done and open their baskets before going to hospital. But if I can, then Roger, I can just advise Roger on what to do. The mix is already made up. I made the mix up on Sunday. All he's got to do is fill the baskets up, put the strawberries in, and leave them outside until January, February, when we bring them inside. But that's all in another video. So for the time being, I'm going to get myself way down, get this online. As I say, keep on sharing, keep on subscribing, and we'll see you all again in the next video. Okay, bye for now.